Good, happy Wednesday evening, April 27, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Wednesday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Wednesday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, ex-Islamic State fighter says he accepts full responsibility in the death of James Foley and others. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment is ready to get the job done right. Bring home the Kubota L2501 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Where best meets second to none. MD.
Both the prosecution and defense have filed their sentencing memorandums in the case of former ISIS terrorist Alexander Cody. Cody, along with two others, was responsible for the murder of New Hampshire native James Foley and other Americans in Syria. In calling for Cody to be sentenced to life in prison, the prosecution notes the defendant's thirst for extreme violence and depravity clearly demonstrates that he deserves a life term of imprisonment. The defense filing includes a handwritten letter in which Cody accepts full responsibility for all of his decisions and actions. Sentencing is scheduled for Friday.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. Man arrested in 1988 killing of 11-year-old girl from Salem, New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the number.
The arrest was made in Alabama, but the Essex County District Attorney says the suspect, who they believe murdered Melissa Ann, is a retired Massachusetts Department of Corrections officer who was living in Chelmsford, Massachusetts at the time of Melissa Ann's death. Now, Melissa Ann Tremblay was just 11 years old when she was stabbed to death. Her body left in the path of a train in Lawrence, Massachusetts. And this is the man who officials believe was responsible, 74-year-old Marvin Skip McClendon, Jr. At a press conference just an hour ago, the district attorney said evidence found on the little girl's body was instrumental in solving this case, but declined to go into greater details about the nature of that evidence. He says more information will be released when McClendon is arraigned. A friend of Melissa Ann's and a longtime advocate who's labored to keep the case alive says she is having trouble processing the fact that an arrest has been made, but always believed this day would come.
I always had hope. I just didn't know if it would really happen. It's been so long, worked so hard to try to find some closure to this.
He has been a person of interest for a period of time, so I can't speculate as to whether he's surprised or not, but we believe we have the right person.
Melissa Ann's family, including aunts and a cousin, were notified last night, and today the district attorney says they were happy and relieved that an arrest has been made. Now, McClendon's currently being held in an Alabama jail on a fugitive from justice charge. As for when he'll be returned to Massachusetts, that will depend on whether or not he decides to waive extradition. Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Two suspicious deaths under investigation in Gorham, New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
When you're launching a home improvement project, quality lumber from our drive-through lumber yards makes all the difference. At Bill Tate's Building Supply, you'll find a wide selection of the lumber and building materials you need for any project.
Visit us at belltates.com or any of our 9 locations.
Also breaking this noon, authorities are investigating 2 suspicious deaths in Gorham. The Attorney General's office, state police, and town police department are responding to the case. This is a developing story. We are waiting for more information from the Attorney General's office. Stay with us here on the air and on our digital platforms for updates on this story.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. More than 120,000 pounds of ground beef recalled over E. coli concerns. Let's take a listen to that video from Pittsburgh Action 4 News.
While other dealerships' lots are empty, New Car has the used cars, trucks, and SUVs you want.
The USDA is recalling nearly 121,000 pounds of ground beef products due to possible E. coli contamination.
Food safety inspectors recalled Lakeside refrigerated service products that were produced between February 1st and April 8th. The products were sold under the names here on your screen nationwide at Walmart, Whole Foods, Target, and other places. The agency says E. coli traces were discovered during routine testing of imported products. As of now, there have been no confirmed reports of illness.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye, everyone.